Tennessee Titans fans, we are doing something new today. We are looking at the Tennessee Titans Reddit page where fans post whatever's on their mind all week long, and we've got some interesting posts, some memes that we're going to look at and break down here today. And if you hear your post called out, be sure to go into the comments below and let me know, hey, that was me. I'm going to start off with this one from Alex7468, who says we should not sell the team. We should not fire Brian Callahan. We should not bench or trade Will Levis. This might be a hot take, but I don't think there should be any personnel changes for at least the rest of the season. I get it, losing sucks. Nobody wants to lose every week, but I promise the key to success is not pulling the plug right now. People seem to forget that this is year one of a rebuild. This team has only existed in its current state for these 5 games. No team has ever found success by swapping every part in the franchise after a few losses and hoping one combination hits. Good teams are built and developed over the span of years. And then he goes on, or they go on to kind of drive their point home. Yes, you are correct, Alex. It does take time. I just think, for me personally, with the quarterback in particular, I'm seeing things going in the totally wrong direction. I get, yeah, give him time if you want to, see if he can improve, but I have just about lost all faith because of just the things that we're seeing on film breakdowns. I don't believe we have the quarterback of the future at all on this roster right now, but I do see what you're saying. It is a very level-headed take to everything that we have seen so far. That yes, it does take time. It has only been 5 games. It is still early on in the season. But I also get fans' frustration because of the nature in which they've lost these games has been very similar to the way that they lost a lot of games last year and the year before. The offense is putrid. The offense most of the times can't score over 17 points. Not aggressive at all. No sense of urgency, scared play calling. I get how that is frustrating for people, and I think the concern for the quarterback is warranted. This meme was posted by Silent Mace, and this is a graphic they posted. Frank Schwab's biggest losers from Sunday: the home Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos momentum, sloppy Browns, the officials in Tennessee. Hey, that's worth talking about. Yes, the Titans were not good enough to win, but my goodness, the officials, the officiating in this game on Sunday against the Colts was horrendous. And it's a helpless feeling because there's nothing we can do about it. Absolutely nothing we can do about it. Every team is at the mercy of bad officiating in the NFL. The missed pass interference on DeAndre Hopkins, on the guy covering DeAndre Hopkins, was atrocious. The terrible roughing the passer call on Sebastian Joseph Day. The referees and the officiating, I mean, some of the stuff they called on the Titans, particularly the pass interference on Jarvis Brownlee that would have been an interception. I thought that was a very weak call. The Titans committed some penalties, and they need to be held accountable for that. But the officiating in this game, yes, it was atrocious. Tighten the blank up says, are we letting Rand cook or not? Honest question. All offseason it was, let him cook, let him cook. He put this team and coaching staff together. Are we done with it already, or do we need more patience with the kitchen? I think overall, I still think Rand Carthon has done a pretty good job since he, took the job of GM. You look at his 2 drafts that he's put together, there's a lot of promise there. Tajay Spears, Peter Skoronski, J.C. Latham, Jarvis Brownlee. Hopefully Cedric Gray is able to get in there and do some good things. There is a lot of good things that he has done through the draft. I think he has been aggressive in free agency, which is what we wanted. It literally, it is a quarterback issue, in my opinion. We can talk about other people who need to be better, but when you don't have the right guy at quarterback, and I'm not going to fault Rand for giving Will Levis a chance because he did show some promise at times last year. So I'm not going to fault you for drafting him. I'm not going to fault you for trying to build around him and put him in a position to succeed. I said that was the right thing to do all offseason, and I still say it was the right thing to do, no matter if he turns out to be the guy or not. So I don't think anybody needs to be out on Rand Carthon. I go back to the post we read a little bit ago. It does take time. It takes time to get to where you need to go. I think we all expected this team to be better than it has been so far, but it's a quarterback issue, and it's something that the Titans are probably going to have to address. USLA Hawks 123456 posted this. It is a picture of Ryan Tannehill, and it says, "Perhaps I treated you too harshly." Ryan Tannehill, it was time for Ryan Tannehill to go. It was time for the Titans to move on from him, no doubt. Again, I don't fault the Titans for trying to see what they've got with Will Levis and ushering in a new era and Ryan Tannehill being gone. But I do get the sentiment that maybe we were a little too hard on Ryan Tannehill at times, because most of the time Ryan Tannehill was pretty good, especially in 2019, 2020. He was very good in those seasons. 2021, I thought he was good until the playoff game against Cincinnati. But yeah, I think Ryan Tannehill did provide some stability, but I think it was clear last year it was time for the Titans to part ways with him. His contract was up. It was the right thing to do. But yeah, I mean, seeing the quarterback play that we are seeing now, yeah, it kind of makes you long for the days when you knew it had somebody competent in there that could play the position. So I get the sentiment. Let's talk about I'm low-key one, who said, "Don't let this loss distract you from the fact that the Tennessee Titans offensive line didn't allow a sack against the Colts." That is a very good point, and that is a major positive for people to look to. If you're like me, you're desperately looking for positives on the Tennessee Titans right now, and the offensive line is one that appears to be heading in the right direction. They've still got work to do. I don't think they have a proper starting right tackle on the roster, but J.C. Latham has just been really good. He had a bad week one, but ever since then, he's just been really good. I think Peter Skoronski started rocky those first few weeks, but he appears to be getting better and better and better. He should. He was a number 11 pick overall. Lloyd Cushenberry has definitely been an improvement at center over Aaron Brewer, and he's going to be back next year. Dylan Radins, I think, is just improving rapidly at right guard. The problem is Mike Vrabel had him sitting on the bench for most of his rookie deal, and now I don't even know if the Titans are going to be able to bring him back next year. So great, we finally get Dylan Radins in there, and he's playing well, and now we've either got to re-sign him or let him go. And then, like I said, we don't have a proper starting right tackle on the roster, but I do think Leroy Watson certainly appeared to be a better option than Nicholas Petit-Frere. But the offensive line, as bad as it has been the last couple of years, it is heading in a better direction. Achilles the Arcane shared this meme of the guy looking at L'Jarius Sneed, but when he puts on his glasses to get a better view, it's actually Valentino Blake. Oh, I forgot about Valentino. L'Jarius Sneed was awful against the Colts on Sunday. He's going to have to be better, and we brought him here to be the guy that could shut down guys like Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson, and then he got toasted by a hurt Michael Pittman. So, I mean, he's just absolutely going to have to be better. And yes, he was terrible on Sunday, and that was tough to see. ABACAVIR, I don't want to try to pronounce it. They make a good comparison. LaFleur and Mariota versus Callahan and Levis. Let's remember a lesson we learned from 2018. People thought LaFleur was a bad play caller here and not a great offensive coordinator. Then he leaves, and it turns out he's one of the best in the NFL. Also, it turns out that Mariota was a very average quarterback, better than Levis, though. Stop blaming Callahan's play calling. Levis is very bad, and it's okay to recognize that. He is not an NFL quality quarterback. No change in play calling will fix that. That is a good comparison because Matt LaFleur did not look to be that great of an offensive coordinator for the year he was here in 2018. And now I view him as one of the better coaches in the NFL, one of the better offensive minds in the NFL. It in large part was a Marcus Mariota issue, even though Mariota was better than Levis, as this person said. I think Brian Callahan, I was open about the fact that Brian Callahan was bad on Sunday. It was his worst showing of the year. But I said this on the Two-Tone Twitter, X, at Two-Tone_podcast. In terms of blame, I put so much more blame for the way things are right now on the quarterback than the head coach / play caller. I think it is a quarterback issue. I think Brian Callahan is scared to death of this guy. He is scared to death of him giving games away. I think week 1 against Chicago scarred Brian Callahan, and now he's just scared to death of Will Levis, and you can't really blame him, but something's got to give at some point. The dam has to break, and I think Brian Callahan, yes, absolutely, we need to be more patient about him. I was a little reactionary on Sunday and Monday as well. I would still say Brian Callahan was bad against the Colts, but it would be insane to give up on him right now. You need to see him, with either a quarterback who's better or see if Will Levis gets better. I don't know. But it would be too early to give up on Callahan. The LaFleur comparison is a good one. ABDMWB says, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw no crowd pump-up stuff on the Jumbotron all game. No louder text or decibel levels or videos of players trying to hype up the crowd at all. They've been doing the pain train montage, but that didn't happen either. Now, I did have a few beers yesterday, so I may be totally wrong, but just when I thought we were doing a little better at the in-game experience, I feel like it slacked off again. I wasn't at the game live, so I can't say whether or not what they're saying is true, but I am worried because it felt like the city of Nashville and the fan base was getting more excited about the Titans, of course, those years when they were good, and now it really feels like that excitement level is dwindling because they're bad, and because people who wanted to believe in Will Levis now suddenly have no reason to, and they're just tough to watch, very uninspired football, especially on offense. And I think there is a belief among fans that's like it's the same old Titans. And I don't know if I want to spend money to go to a game. I don't know if I want to waste a Sunday going to a game. If I were in Nashville every week, I'd be there every single game. But I do worry about, when I see the Packers come to town and 75% of the stadium's filled up with Packers fans, a lot of empty seats at every home game. That's discouraging, very discouraging. And we're going to close it down with this picture from Roger Wabbit 1. Me, I'm so done with this team. Me, next Sunday, with my hat on, ready to go. I made a video reaction after the game on Sunday against Colts where I repeatedly said I'm done. And I should have done a better job clarifying because people thought I was saying I was done with the Titans. Let me make it clear, I'll never be done with the Titans. I can't be done with the Titans. It's in my blood. But what I was alluding to was the quarterback. I'm done with the quarterback is what I was trying to get at. But you know what? We're fans of this team. I was here when they lost 59-0. I was here for the 3-win seasons, the 2-win seasons, the 2011 to 2015 years when it was the bottom of the barrel. Maybe we're back there again. I don't know. But I'm here. And you know what? Sunday, I don't think they're going to beat the Bills, but you better believe I'll be sitting right there watching. And I hope you will too. That is this week's, the first edition of checking out the Tennessee Titans Reddit page. Let me know your thoughts on these topics. If there's anything that stood out to you that you want to give your thoughts on. Tighten up, everybody. Bye.